Good afternoon, it's Sean from Sean's Autos in Ramsgate again. Quick one today, maybe. It's what we got is a Peugeot 206 1400 HDI diesel. Got what I thought was a suspect fuel gauge. It was reading empty the other day, so I put some fuel in it and it didn't move. So I put some more fuel in it and it went up to probably halfway to where it should have been. And then over the last couple of days it's been up and down, different marks, different places. So I thought I'd bring you along because I think this one's going to turn out to be the BSI unit, or maybe the fuel gauge itself. Probably the fuel gauge itself. So let's see what's going on. Right, so initially it was on near empty, and I put £20 worth of fuel in it when it should have taken it up to about there, just over the quarter mark. But the needle itself didn't move, so I put another £20 in, and the needle should go right up to about 3/4 full with £40 worth in it. But as you can see, when I put the ignition on, we're only going up to just under half. Now occasionally, when I switch it on, sometimes it will go up to the 3/4 mark, another time it'll only go up to the quarter mark, or just below the quarter. So I was thinking that initially that it was a fuel gauge issue, but let me show you what happens. Right, so under the back seat, under this plastic cover, you've got the fuel gauge sender unit. Now, being the HDI 1400 diesel, it doesn't have a lifter pump, it's only got a sender unit in there. That's the wiring plug for it. So if we take the wiring plug off, I had to use a pick to hit the tab, but take the wiring plug off, and if we go back to the car, we go back to the front, we put the ignition on, and we've still got half a tank. Off and on. They all work okay. The temperature gauge works alright, the rest of them work alright. So if we go back and plug it in again, clip that in there nicely. Switch on. Still the same. Right, so what I'm going to do, bear with me a second, I'll get the scan tool out and then we'll see what we can do with the scan tool. Right, so we're just waiting for this to power up. I had a look at the sender unit in the boot, and you can do what you want with the wires on that. You can short them out, you can put a resistor in line. The gauge isn't affected at all, so the problem is from the BSI to the gauge itself, or is the gauge itself. So what we're going to try and do, we're going to do some, I've done this previously, you can do an active test and you can make the fuel gauge move. Right, let's read the codes okay. Right, diagnosis with control units. We'll go down to instrument panel. Right, first of all we'll check for codes. No codes detected. Good. Let's just see what they got in live data. all data. Nothing there that we want there, so about that. Active tests. Right, so we've got an active test there for the fuel gauge. So what we'll do, we'll just put that down there so you can see. Right, so we'll click on fuel gauge. Right, and when I start the test, let's just enhance it a bit there. Right, I'm starting the test now. So it goes down to 0. It should go back up to maximum, but it's only going up to where it's pointing. And it's still going. Oh, it goes right up. And then it says it's completed. So let's just do that again. Starting the test now. So it goes down to 0. Up to half. Don't know if that's right or wrong, but again it's completed. So we'll put that back up there. Right, we'll go out of that. Active test, fuel gauge. Now there is a resetting of all stepper motors. I don't know if you can see that down there, number 8. Should we try that? Let's see what that does. That will reset everything, speed over, RPM. Right. What I'll do is I'll just put that down there so we can see what it's going to do. So we're on confirm to start actuator test. Right, so I'm pushing the start button now. And that is it, by the look of it. It says activation completed. Okay, right. Let's go out of that. Right, let's just get out of that for a minute. Right, put that over there. Right, let's just turn it off. Turn it on. I think right, I think I'll have to do some investigation into this. As I say, the fuel gauge goes up to the halfway mark, but it doesn't matter whether the gauge, the sender unit is connected or not. So the sender unit has no variables on the reading. The BSI unit can control it a certain amount, up and down. So I'm assuming that the BSI is okay. So I think we're looking at a gauge problem. Right, I think further investigation and maybe an update later. Okay, thanks for now. Catch you later. Right, just to follow up on this video, you'll notice that was recorded in the summer. t-shirts and jeans and all that sort of stuff. And now it's about 6 months later. We're in the middle of February, or the end of February. I just thought I'd bring you up to date on the petrol gauge issue. I put up with it for a long time. I couldn't really find it. I had all the gauges out. Couldn't really find anything amiss. So it wasn't until I was doing something else that yeah, I put up with it for quite a while. In the end, I found it was a bad connection in the BSI box on one of the main harness plugs. Let's have a look and I'll show you where it was. Right, so under the cover we've got the main box there, and it was in fact this centre plug, this grey plug. There was a couple of green crusty white, not so much green and crusty, but a bit dirty. So I had all these plugs off and cleaned them all, and that seemed to cure the fault. And now the petrol gauge works as it should do. So just bear that in mind. I don't know where these wires go, but I haven't got a wiring diagram for that plug. But yeah, that grey plug was your issue. So thanks for watching, and we'll catch you in the next one. Bye bye for now.